When assessing a tree's quality, consider its interior, the species, its size, its surface, and its expected survivability. In addition, from a timber-focused perspective, consider acceptable growing stock, called AGS for short. These are desirable trees typically retained in order to grow larger. By definition, these trees need to have a potential to yield at least one quality log 16 feet long, need to be a desirable species for the site, and need to be likely to remain alive for 15 years. In contrast, unacceptable growing stock, UGS, are trees that do not meet these criteria. Forest owners and managers can easily create AGS and UGS definitions that more closely reflect their management objectives. When evaluating trees to see if they meet the criteria for AGS, there are a number of defects to look for, including seams, holes, weak crotches, epicormic branches, and evidence of major damage. Seams are common defects that may indicate past injuries from logging or weather. Generally, they imply that the tree contains internal defects, such as splits and rot. Thus, the tree's interior wood is likely affected. Holes are another defect. Although not ideal for quality timber, they do provide important wildlife habitat. It is generally a good management practice to retain at least 3 to 5 trees per acre that have obvious holes for use by cavity nesting species. When choosing to retain trees with holes, seek to have a variety of hole sizes and tree diameters. Large holes in large trees are uncommon. It is a good practice to keep these trees. Weak crotches are another defect to look for when evaluating AGS for timber and deciding trees to retain in the cut. This tree has a structurally weak crotch. As a general rule, acute or V-shaped crotches are weak, and this particular crotch has obvious ingrown bark. The stress of snow loads or strong winds could cause this fork to split or break. When evaluating trees for acceptable growing stock, epicormic branches that sprout from the main trunk, are defects. They emerge from dormant or adventitious buds that lie just below the bark. When stressed or exposed to light during harvest, these buds erupt and form branches on the stem. Some species, such as red maple and white oak, are more prone to this defect than are other species. The crown of this tree exhibits major damage. In this case, the damage was from logging, but similar damage could result from ice loading, which is common during ice storms at some latitudes and elevations. Given the choice, select another tree for retention, especially if this defect occurs low on the tree stem or bole. This black cherry has obvious bends in the trunk. In this case, the tree has relatively small diameter and could still produce a quality log. It might be worth retaining. Forest management often focuses on producing economically valuable species. Therefore, only a small number of species are involved in economic-focused management. However, it is risky to project profitable timber markets too far into the future. For example, today black cherry might be the most valuable species, but in a few years timber markets might favor another. A landowner may also have forest management objectives not based on quality, profitable trees. Although there might be little reason to retain poor quality trees from a timber perspective, other objectives such as creating wildlife habitat and reducing habitat fragmentation may be important. Evaluate tree quality, considering objectives and acceptable growing stock. Be aware of defects such as seams, holes, weak crotches, epicormic branches, and evidence of major damage.